Brian, we got something big on the agenda for our bonus segment.
Oh, bonus segment.
I'm going to need to channel my inner Bob Barker, my inner Drew Barry, because, Brian, you are our next contestant on The Price is Right. Ba-da-da-da-da, come on down. As many of you know, we added a free agent acquisition budget this year, so we're going to test your knowledge on some of the waiver pickups throughout the season. I've got 10 officially licensed Price is Right minigames and a grand finale. So we're going to put you to the test and see what you get.
I'm going to kill this. Let's do it.
Are you ready?
I am ready. I had Jimmy quiz me on who he gave me a player, and I gave him what team they were on. I got every single one. I know what's going on with the league. I know everything. I'm ready.
This is all money and cents, Bri.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Game number 1, 5 price tags. I'm going to give you 5 prices for a player, and you have to tell me which is correct.
Oh my god, okay.
I'm also going to give you the week that we're specifying because many players have been picked up multiple times, dropped, picked up, dropped, picked up. So I'll specify the week, the team that did it, just to give you a little bit of help. Yeah. Alexander Madison, one of our most popular waiver wire players on the year. He's gone to pretty much every team. That being said, I'm going to go back to the beginning. The first ever waiver pickup, Matt Fannin picking up Jared Goff, dropping his at-the-time namesake, Kirk Cousins.
Oh, yeah, in like the second week. Yeah.
Of the prices, what did Matt pay for Jared Goff? We've got $1, $15, $20, $25, and $35.
Well, I thought it was more than that. Oh, interesting. I thought it was going to be like 40. We're going to go with $20.
Oh, Brian, I'm sorry. It was 25.
Oh, I remember he overpaid, but we still didn't know how it worked. I remember thinking it was a lot, but turns out it wasn't that much.
It was not much at all.
Damn.
That's okay. A lot of games to make up for, and of course, the grand finale at the end. Strap in, folks, because that was one of the easier questions of the night.
God damn it.
Brian, our next game is called More or Less. I am going to give you 5 players, each with an incorrect price tag, and you have to tell me if the actual price they were picked up for was more or less than that amount.
I'm ready.
Week 2, you picked up Alan Lazard for $40.
I did.
You did not. $40 is the incorrect price. Was the actual price more or less?
Definitely higher.
That is correct. It was $41.
It was 41. I remember that one. I overpaid, and then I dropped him the very next week.
Brian, we're going to move on to Week 3. Caden picking up Baker Mayfield for $35.
That's kind of crazy. I bet you he underpaid.
It is lower at 30.
So big.
Brian, next up, we are going to go Week 2. Jimmy picking up Tyler Johnson, the Rams wide receiver, for $20.
Tyler Johnson? Jimmy picks up Tyler Johnson. I bet you Jimmy overpaid for Tyler Johnson.
He did. He paid $24 for Tyler Johnson.
Sounds like something Jimmy would do.
Next up, Week 4, Quentin Johnson picked up by Logan for $100.
Oh, he picked him up for about... I know it's over 100. I know it's over.
It is 101.
I know it's over.
You are crushing this game show.
I knew that one.
Last question here within this game. Matt Fannin in Week 5 picking up Zach Charbonnet for $30.
$30? I think Matt learned his lesson and he went under.
He did. It was $20. A perfect 5 for 5 and more or less. Very impressive.
Let's go. Let's go.
It only gets harder from here, my friend.
Pause. Oh, that was a gay joke. Continue.
Our next game, one wrong price. I'm going to give you 5 players, 4 of whom were picked up for $1, 1 of whom was not. Can you tell me who it was?
Okay.
We have Week 7, Kyle picking up Gabe Davis. We have Week 6, Logan picking up Isaiah Likely. We have Week 4, Logan picking up Josh Downs. We have Week 3, Chris picking up Zach Ertz. And we have Week 4, Caden picking up Javonte Williams.
Who? Javonte Williams.
Javonte Williams. Apologies.
Javonte Williams. Who was the second one you said?
Logan picking up Isaiah Likely in Week 6.
It wasn't him. It was Josh Downs.
Would you believe it? Josh Downs was picked up for $1. Zach Ertz was picked up for 2 in week 3.
Oh, brutal.
Tough one. A lot of big names there for $1, especially when some of those players were paid, hundreds for earlier on in the season.
Oh, absolutely. Isaiah Likely. Man, talk about lowering your price. Good Lord.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Brian, our next game, high-low. I'm going to give you 3 players, and you have to tell me which was the most expensive off the waivers.
Oh, I can do that.
We have Jimmy picking up Braylon Allen in week 4.
Okay.
We have Jimmy picking up Tyler Lockett in week 5.
Okay.
And we have myself picking up Chase Brown in week 5.
Went big on Chase Brown. You went big on Chase Brown, but I know Jimmy went big on... It's Braylon Allen.
It is $125.
It's Braylon Allen. Jimmy wanted him bad.
98 for Tyler Lockett, 102 for Chase Brown.
God damn it! I remember I put in a week offer for Chase Brown. I should have more than $100. God damn it! Continue.
And it got me HM, so money well spent.
Ridiculous translation there, John. He turned $100 into Devon A. Chain. Continue.
Brian, our next game, do the math. I'm going to give you a formula of 2 players, and you have to tell me if it should be addition or subtraction between them. So really 3 players.
Sure.
We have Jordan Mason plus or minus the Broncos defense special teams in week 5 equals Antonio Gibson in week 6.
Antonio Gibson? The other 2 were bigger. The Broncos D side is bigger.
So you think Jordan Mason minus the Broncos D equals Antonio Gibson?
Wait a minute. Jordan Mason was paid $1 for. Hang on a minute. It's Antonio Gibson.
It's a plus or minus is your answer. Equals
what do you mean?
Antonio. Jordan Mason plus or minus. Oh. It's called do the math.
I know. Wait a minute. I don't understand the question. Plus or minus.
Jordan Mason cost a certain amount.
$1.
The Broncos defense cost a certain amount.
A lot. JD paid a lot for that.
Those 2 values, either Jordan Mason plus the Broncos D or Jordan Mason minus the Broncos D, equal Antonio Gibson's price.
Well, it's got to be plus. It has to be plus then. It's certainly plus.
It's plus.
It's got to be plus.
There you go.
Yeah,
$1 plus $39 equals the 40 that John paid for Antonio Gibson.
Yeah, JD put in like 40 on them.
Goodness, we got there.
Very good. Very good.
Brian, throwback to Amari Cooper for this one. Easy as 1, 2, 3. I'm going to give you 3 players, and you must rank them from most to least expensive.
Sure, I can do that.
So 1 being the most expensive, 3 being the least expensive.
2 being the middle one. Gotcha.
There you go.
Okay.
Fast learner. We have Jimmy picking up Tyler Algier in week 7.
Okay.
We have Chris picking up Michael Pittman Jr. in week 7.
Mm-hmm.
And we have John picking up Dalton Kincaid in week 8.
Okay, well, Kincaid is bigger than Pittman Jr. because Chris paid $100 for Pittman. He paid $102, I believe, exactly. John paid $150 for Kincaid, so it's just a matter of where Jimmy paid for Tyler Algier. I just was working on the coaching metric that's coming out next week. Take a look out for that. I know I said that last week, but it's actually coming out next week. Jimmy's only got about 380 FAAB left, so I know he's been spending. He's been absolutely spending. I could have that flipped. He might have spent 380. I don't know. He spent 380. He's still got quite a bit of FAAB left. Interesting. We're gonna go ahead and put Tyler Algier. Oh, I bet Jimmy always overpays. All right, we're gonna put Tyler Algier at the back. We're gonna put Michael Pittman in the middle, and we're gonna make the most expensive Kincaid.
Brian, loved your deductive reasoning. Pretty dang close there. Kincaid is the most expensive. Algier, the second most expensive at 105, followed by Pittman at 102.
Damn it! I got Pittman.
You'll get partial credit for that. God, do not sweat it.
I'm sweating. This is so hot.
Strap in. We got 3 more mini games before your grand finale.
I'm strapped. Let's go.
This game is called Pick a Pair. I'm going to give you 6 players, and you'll have to pick one in which I'll reveal their price. You then have to tell me the remaining player that was picked up for that same price.
Oh, I like it.
if you get it wrong the first guess, you will get a second chance to win. So I'll read all 6. You pick one of them. I'll tell you the price, and then you got to match it.
Oh, for sure. Okay.
We have John picking up Trey Sermon in week 7. We've got JD picking up Justice Hill in week 5. We've got John picking up Kareem Hunt in week 3. We have Logan picking up the Eagles defense special teams in week 6. We have you picking up Jonathan Brooks in week 7. And we have Will picking up Hunter Henry in week 3.
Why don't you tell me how much John paid for Kareem?
John paid $50 for Kareem Hunt.
That's good. That gets him out of it. And then now so somebody matches Kareem Hunt is what you're saying?
Someone else was priced at $50.
Hang on, I played the game wrong because you know what? No. I can still do it. What were the first 2 again?
We have John picking up Trey Sermon in week 7, and we have JD picking up Justice Hill in week 5.
I think it was Trey Sermon.
You are correct.
I think so. For a bonus point, can I match 2? Can I match 2 right here?
Yep.
It was Jonathan Brooks and then the Eagles special teams D.
Both for $11.
I knew it.
You bastard.
Huge.
And that puts Hunter Henry and Justice Hill both at $16.
Let's go. Let's go.
Really interesting thing I realized as I was pulling all of these numbers. John is pretty much the only manager in the league to bid even amounts. $10, $20, $50. Everyone else tosses out 9s, 13s, 7s, 98s. Interesting.
I don't know how you go to sleep on 100.
If you ever want to outbid John, just add a 1.
Add a 1 or a 2, yeah.
Brian, you are crushing it thus far. I'm even giving you a bonus point for the second pair you knew there.
Oh, thank you.
Our next game is called Bonkers.
Oh.
I'm going to give you the price of a player in which each digit is incorrect.
Ooh.
You have to tell me if the correct number for that digit is actually higher or lower than what I told you.
Okay.
Okay? The player in question is Jacoby Myers, who you picked up in week 5.
Oh, I don't remember how much I paid for Jacoby.
I'm going to tell you paid $144.
I think you're lying to me.
So we'll start off, first digit, the 1 in 144.
Oh, it's got to be a 2.
It's a 2. The middle digit, the tens place.
You said 140?
144 is the number I've quoted.
You want to know what happened? This was the day directly after I lost the Chase Brown bid. And I said, Brian, if you want your guy, go get your guy.
And
so
Jacoby Myers was your guy?
He was my guy. This is a 5. Just go look at Jacoby Myers' numbers. People are sleeping on him. He's putting up huge numbers.
All right, rein it in.
So,
you're correct. It's higher than a 4. It is a 5. And the last digit, I've quoted you at 144.
Oh.
Higher or lower on the single?
Lower. It's a 3.
Ding, ding, ding. $253 was
sir.
the price you paid for Jacoby Myers. Incredibly well done on that one, Brian. Last mini game before the grand finale. One right price. I'm going to give you 3 prices, and you have to tell me which of them is correct for 3 different players.
Okay, let's do it.
We have Caden picking up Wandale Robinson in week 3 for $225.
I knew it.
We have Chris picking up Tank Bigsby in week 6 for $415. And we've got Kyle picking up Cole Kmet in week 8 for $200.
What was the question?
Which of those prices is correct?
Oh, well, it's not Cole Kmet for 200. Wandale isn't right. It's 220. He did a 220 flat for Wandale, I believe. So, goodness, I'm going to go with the middle one, with the 415.
Brian, it was Cole Kmet at 200. Chris paid 405 for Tank Bigsby. That's okay. That is okay. You currently have 14 points. This last one is worth 5 if you can make it through the whole thing.
I can.
This game is called Lucky 7.
Oh, okay.
Lucky 7 because you've got 7 lives. You got to have at least one of those lives by the end of this. I'm going to give you all 12 GFL teams in their remaining FAAB budget, one at a time, and you have to tell me if the next is higher or lower than the one we're currently on.
I would love to do this with you. Luckily, I've been studying for this.
All right. Well, we are starting off with Kyle at $747 remaining.
Wow, okay. Kyle's got quite a bit.
Is JD's remaining budget higher or lower than that amount?
JD has. And when I say has, means has to be higher.
He is higher at $945.
So big.
Is Chris's remaining budget higher or lower than JD's $945?
Lower, for sure.
Absolutely. He's got $342 remaining.
$342. Go on. Ask me about John.
Next we go to Jimmy. Mm-hmm. Does he have higher, more or less remaining than Chris?
This was my question. I messed this up earlier. Jimmy, I think Jimmy has to have more.
Jimmy has less at $250.
Oh, he does have less. I messed it up.
$251 remaining.
Damn it. That's right. Jimmy did. I'm so off.
Next up, myself. Do I have more or less remaining than Jimmy?
You've got more than Jimmy.
That's correct. 707.
You got 707. Okay.
Does Brett have more or less remaining than me?
Oh, yeah, Brett's got more. Brett's got about 9. If I were to take a guess, Brett has 945.
He's got 949 remaining.
Yeah, something like that.
Now, Brian, does Will have more or less remaining than that 949 of Brett?
Now, that is a great question. This is very close. This is really close. I think Will's got more.
He does have more at 961.
Yeah, he's got more.
And how about Logan? More or less than that 961?
I think Logan's been spending. Logan's less.
He is less at 445 remaining.
Yep.
How about yourself? More or less than 445 remaining?
I'll tell you right now, I got more with that recent trade.
590 remaining.
I do.
How about John? More or less than your 590?
John most certainly has less.
He does at 342.
Low. Getting low there for the Florida man who was 2 and 5.
How about Caden?
Caden? What was John's number again?
342.
This is a close one. You backed these up nicely because Caden has... I'm going to say Caden has around the 320s. Lower.
He is higher at 380.
Damn it.
That's okay, Bri. You've only had 2 strikes. You had 5 to give. Last one here, just to finish strong. Matt, higher or lower than Caden's 380 remaining?
Oh, higher. He's got like 700 something.
He's got 739. Brian,
baby.
Big round of applause. Thank you for being tonight's contestant on The Price is Right.
Thank you.
You got 19 points out of 24. That's an 80%.
Hey, I'll take
80%.
that.
Very well done, my friend.
What am I going home with? Do I win some money? I should. Do I win some FAAB?
You get a little bit of my FAAB budget for Jonathan Brooks.
I'll take one. Oh, go ahead. Make me an offer. We'll see.
I'll give you 102, the same I paid for Chase Brown.
Nope. I need a player.
What if I gave you... What if I gave you $300 in FAAB?
Oh, you want to replenish my FAAB?
I'm considering it.
You're considering replenishing my FAAB for a guy that Ooh, that's an interesting offer. I might have to think about that one. Get all my FAAB. That'd be something. It would positively affect my coaching metric. I can tell you that much.
There you go.
Time for that next week. That's certainly going to be factored in.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us on this special Trick or Treat Halloween episode of Ball and Chain. Brian, anything to say to the fans before we go?
Go out and get as much candy as you possibly can. Jimmy, stay indoors. I know you can't be around kids. Everybody else, have some fun out there and a happy Halloween from the Ball and Chain.
Take care, folks.